I always keep my options open. Keep your wits about you. Always keep your eye on the prize. Rise to the top, or get left in the dust. I always have a backup plan.
Grace and strength of will. It is sad that such gifts have fallen to one whose soul will never be illuminated by the light of terror.
Limited, petty creatures often wrongly pity others who are, in fact, superior to them. I do not know if I should find it fascinating or repulsive.
For a simple monkey.
Keep your wits about you.
Watch your steps.
Can't hide from me.
boys, keep your eye on the prize.
My Caramite hide is strong!
Sins hidden in the heart.
I've faced
Turn
worse
away.
than this.
I didn't notice.
Be strong. Greater trials lie ahead.
No Medicae needed. Just give me some yod.
Let me tend to your wounds.
A wound? I didn't notice.
Injuries will not slow. The pain will subside.
I'm grateful.
Let us not dawdle.
I have failed my kin. Did you hope to see an Azuriani fail? My success was inevitable.
Xenos scum! You don't belong in this galaxy.
Revel in your pain.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Will pay dearly for your actions. I'll return this favor
Deliver us.
tenfold.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. Open your eyes,
I will
or
join
I'll open
the
mine.
ancestors.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Isha, heal my wounds.
Oblivion approaches. Kneel before me.
I'll return this
great king.
favor tenfold.
It is handled. Not enough. Oh, I don't think so. Behold. With grace and malice.
You will pay dearly for your actions.
I don't need luck. I have strategy. I'll make it happen.
High momentum.
Who if not me? Another enemy down. You should have thought twice before your end was inevitable.
I will join the ancestors.
You should feel honored to witness this. On it. Consider this a taste of what's to come.
I will tear your heart out for this.
I'll make it happen.
God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart! I'll do it.
I will return this favor tenfold.
Without deeds is eradicated. The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. I'll do it. My Emperor!
You've unleashed my fury.
High momentum.
If it serves your cause, ancestors guide me.
Let me educate you on the art of pain. Wolves reign.
This favor tenfold.
None can do better than a work for a flesh crafter.
Step aside. The navigator is coming. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. In the name of House Orselio, I shall prevail.
Doubt is for the weak. No more. I'll do it.
Another enemy down.
Silent fresh.
Pathetic attempt. Don't distract me. I revel in your terror. Behold, I'm done playing with you.
You've unleashed my fury.
Never stood a chance. Accept your lot.
It's as good as done.
This is a good
Heal my wound.
Low momentum.
Fading.
I could have drawn it out for much longer.
I'll see to it personally.
I will endure. I will bathe this battlefield in fury.
Heal my wounds.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Death with my hands.
Be over.
I'll do it.
What do we have here?
Do you require an audience? House Orcelio thanks you.
I always keep my options open.
I am afraid you already know the answer, Elentark. You just cannot accept it. Your predecessor, She who previously owned this vessel and your entire protectorate. The monkey who kept a piece of my homeworld in her study, like a trifle or trophy of no great significance.
I always have a backup plan.
None are better at searching.
Is there money to be made?
A trivial task.
What is that?
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Do I need to point it out for you?
Oh, too hard for a a simple
Let
monkey.
us not dawdle.
Bite like a pug!
I always keep my options open. I always have a backup plan. Keep your wits about you.
I sense something nearby.
Is there money to be made? Always keep your eye on the prize.
Is it wargled or a trap?
No! His ruby flashes are choking me!
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Watch your steps.
Let us not dawdle. I always have a backup plan.
None are better at searching. I have failed my kin. State your intention. Your technology is limited, but I am grateful.
I always keep my options open.
I sense something nearby.
You don't frighten me!
Does something trouble you, Lord Captain?
My patience has its limits.
I'm restless. Be strong. Greater trials lie ahead.
I'll survive. I always survive.
Let me tend to your wounds.
A wound? I didn't notice.
Be strong. Greater trials lie ahead. The pain will subside. Let me tend to your wounds.
House Orcelio thanks you.
Always keep your eye on the prize. An opportunity.
Did you hope to see an Azuriani fail? I align my path with...
I woke up.
You are in the presence of House Orcelio. If I may,
Your
the navigator's
disgusting
might.
presence out of existence.
Fear me, monkey!
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Let me educate you on the art of pain.
Try to die with grace, at
I
least.
refuse to bow.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Cubs play. Wolves reign. My instincts tell me to refuse. See how the wolf succeeds!
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Your skill is lacking.
If I must,
I'll show you the real pain.
this tedium is beneath me.
Your skill is lacking.
High momentum.
I'm ready for whatever comes. Your end was inevitable. Consider this a taste of what's to
You
come.
the real pain.
On it. You never stood a chance. Your end was inevitable.
You've unleashed my fury. I am not a vessel for pain. I am its master. A work for a flesh crafter. With grace and manners.
My faith shields me. Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deed is worthless. I'll do it.
Find it hard to believe in second chances.
So it shall be.
I will tear your heart out for this.
This of death!
Your skill is lacking.
That is beneath me. I approach the designated position. No weakness is
Let
hidden
me
from my
educate
sight.
you on the art of pain.
I understand your intent.
You've unleashed my fury.
I'll see to it personally. You should feel honored to witness this. I'll make it happen. You never stood a chance.
High momentum.
me plaything! A perfect killing strike.
Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, I act.
This pain is just a taste of wild inflicted retaliation.
I'll do it. Now you can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Will cost you.
I have become the All-Father!
This can't be over.
I challenge you to death! None can do this better than a warrior of the All-Father! Wolves, I will carve runes out of
I
your
can
bones!
hear her whisper.
Rise
Watch
to the
your
top,
steps.
or get left in the dust.
Keep a sharp eye. I have learned much in my exile.
Sins hidden in the heart turn all to decay. The pain will subside.
I'll take it from here.
Blessed be the hand of the healer. Ministration is a holy task. Blessed be the hand of the healer. Be strong. Greater trials lie ahead.
No medic I needed. Just give me some yod.
Let me tend to your wounds.
A wound? I didn't notice.
The pain will subside.
You have offered me another
Be
chance.
strong. Greater trials lie ahead.
Your technology is limited. But
The
I am
pain will
grateful.
subside.
You have offered me another chance.
Be strong. Greater trials lie ahead.
No
The pain will
medic I
subside.
needed. Just give
owe
me
you
some
a debt.
yod.
Let me tend to your wounds.
I'll make sure to return the favor one
The
day.
pain will subside.
I owe you a debt.
Be strong. Greater trials lie ahead.
I'll make sure to return the favor one day. What's a peculiar thing? This could be an opportunity.
My success
Let
was
us not
inevitable.
dawdle.
None are better at searching. A trivial task.
I can cut your eyelids.
Crimson is a good color for battle attire. Enemies will perceive no weakness, not even if you are bleeding.
Watch your steps.
I always have a backup
Can't
plan.
hide from me.
Did you hope to see an Azuriani fail? I have failed my kin. My success was inevitable.
Keep your wits about you.
See?
Always keep your eye on the prize. I always keep my options open. Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
It has no right!
If I may. I am a navigator, not a servitor. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Become the All-Father's worthy instrument!
If I may. Isn't this a job for the serfs? I am a navigator, not a servitor. Me, if you insist, Lord Captain.
All you've got in blood!
Cleanses the body.
Swift and silent. Ancestors, guide me. If it serves your cause. I am not your Xenos pet monkey. If I must.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Shit, you rusting, stinking sons of trolls!
Unworthy!
My reckoning will be swift.
Help me, Lord Captain!
Their fragility has been exposed.
My strike is ruined!
Who if not me? I'll make it happen. Your end,
Woe to you!
accept your lot. On it.
You call your mark!
Strike!
I'll make it happen. You should have thought twice before crossing me.
So shall it be. Wolves reign! become the Allfather's worthy instrument! Don't dishonor the wolf with such tasks!
Armamentum.
By the wolf's side! Perish!
Your last stroke of luck! I will herd the prey. Behold. With grace and manner. It is.
No! These ruby flashes are choking me! Frighten me!
If I may.
Bring it on! I will drag you into oblivion with me.
An unworthy soul! This tedium is beneath me. Hear you moving, no more. I am not your Xenos pet. I deal death with my hands. If it serves your cause. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
Armamentum.
Don't let your guard down. Who, if not me? I'll make it happen. The best defense is a good offense. I'll see to it personally. You should feel honored to witness this. This as good as done.
Another soul slips beyond the veil.
Give this task to someone lesser. None can do this better than a warrior of the Allfather. That is thunder! My strike is ruin!
Pay for this in blood!
Fenris, Kilda! See, I have become the Allfather's worthy instrument! So it shall be. I don't like that.
Yield to me!
A breathing navigator.
I yearn for agony. What? What are you plaything? Broken already?
I deal death with my hands.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Don't distract. A perfect killing site. Behold.
I'm afraid not. I have read tomes of military tactics.
Stop trying, monkey. I move swiftly to strike. I understand your intent. Another soul slips beyond the veil. Pay with your blood in the name of Kala Menshakane! If I must.
Taking calculated risk is in my second nature. The best defense is a good option. I'll make it happen. My gut tells me it's a bad idea. I'll see to it personally. You should have
You move. No more!
Foul breath.
Our foes reek of cowardice. Wolves reign! So it shall be. And is thunder! My strike is ruin!
I will savor your delectable anger. With grace and malice.
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
Silent thrash!
You become the All-Father's warrior!
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
This tedium is beneath me. I am not your seaman's pet monkey. I understand your intent.
Who if not me? I'll make it happen.
I feel death with my hands.
The best defense is a good offense.
The wolf is on the hunt. Wolves reign. So shall it be. Don't dishonor the wolf with such tasks. The fame-hungry come. Wolves reign!
Oblivion approaches. I revel in your terror!
Emperor, give me strength.
Deliver us!
I'll paint your death in colors.
See how the wolf die in disgrace!
Money to be made.
With the physical horrors of Camorra behind them, a long and arduous journey, possible only with the help of a Xenos guide, lay ahead for the rogue trader and his party. From one strange destination to the next, through unknowable environments, the mere sight of which could drive one to madness. Despite the challenges, they managed to escape the labyrinthian webway and find their way back home.
Your lordship, ask away. I'll tell it like it is. I'm not going to try to wriggle out of it. So what do you want to hear, Shireen? A children's tale about a beautiful princess? A ballad about a queen of thieves? How about a new story, Shireen? Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived on a sand-covered lump of rock. And the core of that rock contained untold riches for servants of the Imperium. The girl scraped out those riches with her little hands, breaking her back and coughing up her lungs, on behalf of people who had never clapped eyes upon her, and who would never know her name. She did this every day until she turned 16. And then his servants came and drafted the girl into the 19th Ifrit Regiment. Can you imagine? Of course, the regiment was wiped out on its first sortie. But the girl survived. The Exalted One protects. So what was next? Years serving in the Astra Militarum, just a shitload of hard labor, and fighting, and deals, and shady connections, and new opportunities. But everything in this world ends sooner or later, Shireen. The now not-so-little girl went and fell in with the Kasbalika. She saved up a little gold, and she even indulged in excess from time to time. Until living the good life almost cost the little girl her head after her patrons got caught in an internal investigation between the Officio Prefectus and Departamento Munitorum. So the girl ran as fast as her little legs could carry her, until her eyes and the beams of fortune brought her to the expanse. A shitty story, all things considered, Shireen. The folks on Footfall are my only family, Shireen. The trickster twins and the rest of the rabble, plain-talking and loyal as dogs. And sometimes as dull as the pommel of a worn-out blade. Corporal Haydari reporting for duty, sir. I've had enough of the Astra Militarum shit to last a lifetime, Shireen. And my body's collected enough souvenirs from run-ins with Xenos and heretics to last 2 lifetimes. Except, when it comes to the Guard, there's no such thing as used to be. That wretched life sank its claws into me good. But that also means I remember what it's like to be a small, shaking, insignificant pawn. And that's why I appreciate what I have now all the more. What? You think it's difficult? Once me and my fellow guardsmen snuck into the upper city in search of a good watering hole where the high and mighty of that world congregated. Another time, our regiment was sent to defend the tallest spires on a hive world. And I had an epiphany. I saw how the other half lives. And by half, I mean the ones born with a diamond spoon in their mouth instead of an entrenching shovel rammed up their arse. My eyes were open to the truth, Shireen. The Imperium is full of opportunities, even for people like myself. The trick is knowing whose palms to grease, whose boots to lick, whose throat to squeeze, and whose arses to kick. I was very popular with everyone in the Guard Command, you see. I'd procure things for them, whatever they wanted. And so the Kasbalika took notice. You know, Shireen, I could still be bouncing around from one world to another, holed up on tired old ships with only venal bronze for company, if I hadn't decided I wanted more for my life. I accepted a shipment from the Kasbalika of certain chemicals. You know, for carnal pleasures and the like. Some bigwig was throwing a party to celebrate his 5th decade in the service. And that's when I got the attention of the newly arrived commissar. I was rummaging through the pockets of Astra Militarum with one hand, and shuffling the Kasbalikan cargo with the other. You can imagine what would have happened to my head had the commissar not started with my higher-ranked patrons. It was orcs. Not everything I say is a lie, Shireen. Whoop the fu- Never mind. Not once, if you can believe it. By the way, Shireen, I'm not really a princess. I'm filthy underhive scum, and I've been lying to you the whole time. I would have been flung out of your bed so fast, it would take my scream a few seconds to catch up. For the same reason that anybody lies. I want people to like me. I want to attract them, not repel them. Really? And you are very, very strange. And I am very lucky. Praise be to the Exalted One. It's not as if I could just abandon you. Even smugglers have principles and feelings. Unfortunately, all I managed to do was spend a pile of your trons without anything to show for it. None of the operatives who do business with Xenos knew where to find him. Not even Mercy. I shouldn't have reached out to him. He helped me move to the Expanse and set up business here a long time ago. But I liked it better when he was safely in my past. Are you worried I'm going to start spitting on the deck and shriveling your officers' ears with my foul tongue? Don't be, Shireen. I much prefer being seen as a princess rather than a deserter. I'll continue to play the part in front of the others, but you wanted to talk frankly, so I've dropped the act. Sir, yes sir, your lordship, Shireen. I'll be here, all primed and ready to go.
trader. Ask your questions. I will decide which is worthy of an answer. It was a punishment. One of my raids was not as successful as it should have been, and Erimeris ordered Tavantius to forcibly implant the knowledge of the repulsive monkey language into my mind. Supposedly so that I could at least benefit the Cabal by coaxing the monkey into their cages. 5 days I spent under a cerebral burner in the Spire's main hall. To the delight of Erimeris' entourage, I dislocated every joint, struggling in agony against my shackles. But I would endure it all again to expel this poison from my head. The Draken is the first among the blades of the Cabal of the Reaving Tempest, and the Drukhari who stands but one rung below the Archon. The Draken leads raids and wages wars against other Cabals, keeps the arrogant true-born and half-born upstarts at bay, and has the pick of any opponent in any battle. Erimeris used to have others in her inner circle, but I ensured that they all disappeared one by one, and that their successors were too terrified to take their place. That was when my sister engaged an incubi order to serve as her bodyguards. Incubi do not respond to fear or bribes. Must there be another reason beyond survival and ambition? Camorra does not tolerate weakness. Camorra respects only strength and cunning. Either you climb upward on the corpses of your enemies, or you become one of the steps underfoot. Keep your arrogance in check. Erimeris was clever and deadly, and if I had underestimated her abilities and strength, I would have been food for the Urgals long ago. The very fact that she surpassed me speaks for itself. I refused to give her cause to cast me out as a traitor. No, our rivalry, our little game that ran since our birth, took time. And another thing, when you're at the top, you need something to stave off boredom. This game amused us and terrorized the rest of the Cabal. The Cabal of the Black Heart is the most ancient of all the Cabals, and the largest. It casts a shadow over all Camorra, and when the Black Heart strikes, you submit or you die. The Reaving Tempest was not prepared to perish, so when the Black Heart's shadow stretched as far as us, Erimeris' predecessors chose to bend the knee and become their vassals. Erimeris never liked the Cabal's subordinate position. Her words, and sometimes her actions directed against the Black Heart, prompted whispers of discontent and fear among those who served her. I was not willing to renounce the protection of Asdrubal Vekt's own Cabal. If I had succeeded in overthrowing Erimeris with Nazrakay's aid, many within the Reaving Tempest would have supported me. Tavantius was Erimeris' ally, not mine. The Reaving Tempest is his patron, and patron also to the witches of the arena. I've had cause to seek out his artistry several times, and each time with difficulty. Of late, he's been gone from Camorra more often than he's been in it. He was probably in one of his lairs where he hides his other experiments and creations. After Tavantius quarreled with the witches and was stripped of the Cabal's protection, his havens in Camorra were turned into a deadly trap. I imagine they've been ransacked and destroyed by now. His other hideouts may be somewhere in the tangle of the webway, or in real space. But that last possibility is madness even for a homunculus. When the grotesque of a rival Cabal ripped my arm off at the shoulder, when I needed a substance to wring the truth out of you in the Obsidian Court, when I had personal desires that only a master of flesh could satisfy, are just dying to know, aren't you? An amusing example of a primitive mind. Any Drukhari towers over any monkey, and we do not conceal our attitude to livestock, but my Kabalite kin. Every one of them should be treated with caution, and those who have already demonstrated their power and might are a deadly threat in their own right. I do not revel in submission. I accept things as they are. And I wait until a point of weakness reveals itself and calls to my blade. It is a caste in Camorra. Noble Drukhari born under certain circumstances. Their cradle before birth was not an amniotic gestational tube, but a living womb. Carrying a fetus for such a lengthy term is as good as a death sentence for a female Drukhari. She is too vulnerable to her enemy's attacks, and she is of no use on a raid. In Camorra, only the most powerful Drukhari, who are able to surround themselves with the best protection, can allow themselves such an extravagance. Farkaza Aziriesh, poisoner of Azdrujar, and Shaimish's elect, was one such exalted leader of the Drukhari. The result was worth the effort. Eviscerator of Illiridas, Blaze of the Barkag Kingdom, and Slayer of Corocius the Pale. Illiridas was a world inhabited by our distant Eldari cousins, until I led a reaping raid there. The Barkag Kingdom was a separate cluster on the fringes of Camorra before it went to war with the Reaving Tempest, and by the time I left, I was wading through the blood of its inhabitants. And lastly, Corocius the Pale. He was an ancient homunculus who betrayed the Aziriesh at the behest of another cabal. That was not a military victory, but a personal one. In his attempts to make himself invincible, Corocius had sown inside himself the deadliest creatures from the depths of Camorra. It did not save him. I cut out every one of his 8 hearts and sent them to his former coven as a warning to the rest. Are you sure? What exactly do you want to know? In all ways, the Asuriani are feeble shadows of our ancestors. We are their true inheritors. The Asuriani hide from she who thirsts behind their paths, relying on the visions of their precious Farseers, who are blind to the reality around them. We Drukhari laugh in the face of the unknown. We thrive off the carnage and pain we inflict. Because the ecstasy of suffering is the highest form of pleasure, accessible only to superior beings. By your very nature, creatures like you are incapable of knowing such gratification. Careful. My tolerance for such remarks will run out eventually, even given your depressingly simplistic mind and non-existent instinct for self-preservation. Watch it. It is Monkey who run and hide, not our kin. Camorra is the legacy of our ancestors. They found a way to penetrate the tangle of the webway and move through its twisting labyrinths. Few would hazard to travel in this splintered kingdom, let alone erect bastions in it. The Drukhari are the only Eldari who do not fear the horrors of the webway. For every peril we overcome makes us stronger. No. No one speaks of the Overlord of Camorra without good reason. Amusing you is certainly not reason enough. Perhaps. What else? I must adapt. adapt to my new circumstances. And to this bucket that you monkey call a void ship. These alloy bulkheads. So primitive. Then go. I will find something to amuse myself with.
Broke free the bold from captors grasping. Dark cities, feeble dungeons, eternally disgracing. Flows now this saga in the hall of glorious feasting, where all extol the wolf mighty, and the yet fatter cunning. I hope you're not going to put off the feast. Our escape demands a grand celebration. Find my pack. As we speak, they are likely performing some bloody service for Calcazar. For that reason, I want to have a word with the Inquisitor. Fenris Hjoda, et Vater.
Words cannot describe. I have enjoyed your...
The Dark City released us from its thorny embrace. The wounds of the body will heal. But what about the wounds of the soul? Cruderach fell, and its demise shattered the fragile lives of countless children of Osirian. Scattered across this part of the galaxy, hounded by the monkey, pursued by the Dark Cousins, imprisoned by the servants of She Who Thirsts. Hatred is strangling me like a snake, and fear is coursing through my body like a burning poison. For the path I chose is leading me down the roads of failure. I can neither hold back my grief, nor rein in my anger. And yet, I am powerless to stray from my path. Pay no heed to my fleeting wrath, Alantark. When the will slips away, the soul trembles with rampant emotions. But I will resign my heart to meekness, for there is no other way a marked outcast can help their fellow Eldari wandering in the dark. I found myself in the Dark City after following the twisted roads of truth and lies. And although the truth blossomed like an ugly bud and scratched my soul with its thorns, I did find the answers to my questions. Those who come back from the dark of the webway will never be the same. But it is we who change while the surrounding world remains imminent. This thought gives me strength. I have no need for your sympathy, Alantark. Besides, neither Monkey nor my dark kin found the decaying remnants of Cruderach. Perhaps all is not lost. Perhaps we may yet bring back what has been taken. As soon as Eklendil gathers his strength, he will depart the Lilithon through the Webway Gate. Do not ask where his path takes him. He follows the road of his own destiny. It is as it should be. On the trail of a monkey called Caligos Winterscale. Even a worm may harm a wounded tiger by bringing infection into an open wound. And the wounds of my people have been bleeding ever since Crudarach's demise. The spirits of my kin need a poultice, a hope, not the executioner's sword already poised to fall. You may try.
You are spoiling me with the splendor of your presence again, Sherry. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived on a sand-covered lump of rock, and the core of that rock contained untold riches for servants of the Imperium. And every day until she turned 16, the girl scraped out those riches with her little hands, breaking her back and coughing up her lungs on behalf of people who had never clapped eyes upon her, and who would never know her name. Then his servants came and took the girl into the Astra Militar. The girl worked her little ass off until she met the Kasbalika and started living the high life in her little corner of the Imperial Guard. And that high life almost cost the girl her head when she came under investigation by the Officio Prefectus and Departamento Munitor. So she fled to the Expanse. Is there a sweeter subject in the universe to discuss, Sherry? You have my full attention. Ask the rose if it likes to receive the kisses of the sun every morning. Ask the sand dune if it likes to feel the caressing and playful touch of the wind. Ask and hear my answer, Sherry. Not now. Not today. You will probably laugh at me, but I'm afraid to be alone with you without my mask. Vulnerability is frightening. But I know I will overcome my fear in time. Oh, I have no doubt you will.